like count us off before we yeah. So just give me a second. Also, Graham, make sure you mute your mic. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
Well, there's always blue sky.
Oh yeah. Right, I'll control it after that, and then after you kind of figure out how I do the slideshows, and after I figure out how I do the slideshows, then we'll yeah. Graham, Graham, you got to mute your mic. I I can only listen to one person in the headset.
Okay, I think that's all
Yep.
that's going to happen. What a neat little knife.
Matt, we are welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
We are the hosts of the Jedi Enclave Presents the Now This Is Podcasting podcast. I'm sorry, my mouth just stopped working. Giggity.
This is the one day that you regret making the title so ostentatiously long.
Yeah, I know, and this is the thing is I have it written right here in my notes.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jedi Enclave Presents the Now This Is Podcasting podcast.
Yes.
Your weekly podcast about Star Wars accessories, high fantasy, and all the other things. This week, particularly high fantasy, and a little chat about morality that I didn't think we were going to be having until I looked into the comment section of our fucking Facebook page. But today we're talking about the new Harry Potter trailer, which I did not realize we were going to have a Harry Potter trailer.
I didn't realize they were making this again, and I question the need to.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to it. I have, as you can imagine, I have thoughts.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Invincible season 4 episodes 2 through 4, which
because 2 and 3 came out last week, but there was too much other.
We had too much shit going on. Invincible, on the other hand, being something that absolutely needs to have been happening in the world and has been really fun so far. And then the Daredevil Born Again season 2 premiere was this week that we also watched, and that was a lot of fun too.
But for certain definitions of fun,
yeah.
Like
right, it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Like if you're Daredevil, you're probably having a lot of fun. If you're that guy in any given scene that he just beats the shit out of, probably not having as much fun.
And then screams as he steps on you and breaks your arm.
Does he? By the way, but before we get into that, does he seem a little more like he's enjoying breaking bones than he was in the first season?
Maybe.
Because it seems to me like he is getting a little more lost in it.
You think he's getting a little bit more psychotic over time?
Yeah, which I'm fine with. Matt Murdock's hot. Like, I'm fine with that. While you're here, go give us a like and follow and subscribe on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, TikTok. All the places that we are while you're here. Oh my God, we discovered this mechanic. There's this kid named Hayden that we play Battlefront with, and he's from that generation.
Okay.
And while we're playing Battlefront 2 for the last couple of weeks, we kept hearing this tapping noise. And I thought he was like nervously like tapping his foot or something. And finally, like last week, someone, I think probably Matt or someone, was like, what the fuck is that sound? And it turns out that when you have the feed or the TikTok live up, one tap on the screen is one like. And you can like it as much as you can tap it. So he was sitting there doing this the whole time.
Just gaming the algorithm.
Yes, which, by the way, like, what a fucking legend that he would do that for us. So last night, toward the end of the stream, we all had our phones out. We were all tapping it. We got over 10,000 likes last night, so there we go.
Do likes mean anything on TikTok?
I don't know.
Because I feel like if you can game the system that hard, that easily, that they cannot possibly mean anything.
I'm not really sure. Did you ever see the South Park episode about the theoretical internet money?
I don't think so.
That's a whole other thing, but yeah. We do have just a bit of Star Wars news, by the way, because all is kind of quiet on the Star Wars front, probably until next month when Maul comes out. I know that they put out a Maul Shadow Lord.
The TV spot.
No, it was like a scene.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not gonna watch it because I don't want to, like, other than the trailers, I don't want anything spoiled.
Sure.
So we're not gonna talk about that. But
what we are gonna talk about is some video games.
Yes. Well, why don't you do this? Because I have to wax poetic when we get to Harry Potter.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Star Wars Zero Company, you might remember, was revealed and announced. This was last year now. It's sort of a Star Wars XCOM game, except in a new interview with PCGamer.com, they let one of the PC Gamer writers come in and play the game for a while and talk to the developers. And I did not realize that this was actually being made by the same guys who made XCOM. Like, not the same studio, but a bunch of people.
Oh, so it's not just
studio.
like an XCOM-like game.
No,
it is
people with actual expertise in XCOM.
All right. Okay, so here's the problem with this. I have never once played XCOM.
Okay.
So when you say it's like XCOM, I don't know what the fuck that means.
So imagine a chessboard that has 3 to 4 times as many squares. And
Okay.
you have your guys, and they run around, and they're shooting aliens.
Okay.
And it's like, you move.
Well, I know it's turn-based, right?
Yeah, you move your entire team and shoot aliens. The aliens move and hopefully don't shoot back at you because you've already killed them.
Right. Okay.
And it just kind of goes back and forth like that. So that's like the individual missions, and you play a campaign, which is a long series of these missions, and in between you can sort of build your guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the actions you take in those missions have semi-permanent to permanent consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if one of your soldiers dies on a mission, they're gone.
They're dead forever.
Yep.
You know what this sounds a little bit
cannot bring
like?
them back.
Are you aware of the Star Trek Voyager game that came out a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is it anything like that? Because
sort of.
Okay, because I got that game pulled me in for like an entire week. That's all I played was that game, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
like I really enjoyed it.
There's a better parallel to that game called FTL, which I think.
I've played as well. Yeah, actually, I ended up liking that game a whole bunch as well.
Mm-hmm. So like the way you move your guys around on your ship in FTL.
Yeah,
it's very, very similar.
All right, okay.
XCOM.
Okay. So do we have a release date for this yet?
This year.
So no. Okay.
This year.
Right.
So probably like December 31st.
So it looks like they also have a class system.
Yep.
Specialized classes like Jedi Padawan, Mandalorian, droids, which I like all of those things. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I've never played a game like this before, so I'll try anything once, and hopefully it's good. We'll probably be streaming it on the channel when it comes out.
It seems a little bit different from the games that I know you to play, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Are you saying that because I'm going to be playing? Are you saying that because Crimson Desert is going to be? I'm going to be playing that tonight.
No, I say that because you mostly play more actiony stuff like Battlefront and Red Dead and all that stuff.
Our friend Chris says, "May the force be with you, Daniel and Chris. I hope you're both having a good night. Thank you for your awesome content, Chris. Thank you for being such a fucking legend, dude.
Thanks for being here.
Which game are you talking about? Star Wars Zero Company, as we just said.
Well,
by the way, this is a live show.
Tuned in 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Which reminds me, this is a live show, so get your comments in. We'll read them in between segments and everything.
But only if we like them.
Yes. Okay. Everybody brace themselves.
Is it Harry Potter time?
It's Harry Potter time.
Oh, God.
This is one of those things where, like, we're going to talk about the trailer. Look, I'm going to say, first and foremost, I grew up with Harry Potter. I wish I didn't.
Knowing what you know now about the author.
You know what I wish was true is I wish that Harry Potter had been written by a more capable writer and a less evil person. Because Harry Potter is great literature for kids that were the age that I was when I read them. But to say that J.K. Rowling is some master with prose is ridiculous because it's not. It's not very well written. In fact, I've been listening to the full cast audiobooks that they just re-recorded this year. And while the voice talent, everything is really amazing, the the prose is not good. I'm really surprised some of it made it past an editor. So I realize let's get some of this out of the way first. Before we get too much into the trailer, I understand that there's a firestorm of controversy around J.K. Rowling. All of it, I agree with.
It's deserved because she is a frankly abhorrent human being.
No, she absolutely is, and I understand that. And in fact, I'll go even a step further and say that I'm a fierce ally of the trans community, and I feel like I need to be, because as a gay man, I realize that sexuality and gender are not the same thing. However, it is an adjacent community to mine, and I feel for members of that community. And also the fact that J.K. Rowling is just absolutely an asshole about it. Like, it would be one thing to have these terrible, shitty views, and then it would be another thing to be what J.K. Rowling is, which is just nowadays professional internet troll about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. There was a comment. I was interacting with some of you on Facebook today, and there's a woman who was like, hey, J.K. Rowling is this like terrible piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, no, that's true. However, it's a complex issue when you've grown up with that, and there's the artist and the art thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, it's not really that complex. It's just you not wanting to be uncomfortable about watching something that you like. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, because that is actually to a certain point true. However, you composed and sent that reply on a phone that slave children in China built. In the world right now, there is no such thing as ethical consumption, right? So it is complex. It is not a simple issue. And I would say that the issue of slave children in a country halfway across the world is a huge issue as well, right? So this is how we're going to handle it. It's how we're going to handle it anyway, right? It's a big moment in fantasy entertainment. We have to talk about it. I will 100% be pirating the show. And I would go as far to say that this is the thing, is that like when it comes to morality, I'm an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a religion to tell me where I stand morally on something. I have to do all of that heavy legwork myself, right? It's one of the reasons why I spend a lot more time than the average person considering the morality of my actions and the things that I believe, because I don't have someone just to tell me what it is. And this is a complex moral issue. I would argue, and I think correctly, that you are morally obligated not to spend money on this IP, and I won't be either.
I think that's true.
Yeah, so we'll be pirating it, and I'm openly encouraging everyone else to pirate it as well. And if you don't know how, fucking reach out to me, and I will make sure that you understand how. The other thing is,
for legal purposes, this is a joke.
Oh yeah, I don't mean anything. Yeah, I don't mean anything that's illegal. The other thing is that every time we talk about Harry Potter as an IP, we will not discuss it without encouraging people to make donations to a trans foundation of their choice. My partner John and I, every year will make donations to the Trans Youth Equality Fund. And when this show comes out, when we're covering it week by week, there will be a link to that foundation in the description of the live shows that we do. And that isn't I feel guilty about this, and this is how I'm like offsetting it. This is you should have been donating to this anyway. And wouldn't it be a great way to piss J.K. Rowling off, where every time you discuss her IP, you are encouraging people to donate to trans issues, right? So we can all agree. I understand the issue behind J.K. Rowling. However, some of us grew up with this, and Harry Potter was a big part of my growing up, and it's a story that I can't escape, and it's a story that I fell in love with when I was really little. And it was, since you and I are both musicians, you and I have performed works by composers who are pillars of our repertoire, who were themselves abhorrent people. Percy Granger was famously a white supremacist and a racist.
Richard Wagner was a Nazi before they had the word Nazi.
Right. You must be able to see a little bit of nuance in the world. Because as soon as art is made, when it enters the public domain for people to consume, it becomes interpreted by the fans. And in a way, I argue it becomes owned by the fans. So
certainly, as soon as you release something for wide consumption, it is no longer solely yours.
Right. So you have to acknowledge that nuance. And you can acknowledge J.K. Rowling being a terrible person and also acknowledge being a Harry Potter fan. I think that we as human beings have to have room in our minds for both of those things. Humans are complex creatures. This is a complex issue. It is not a black and white issue. But absolutely pirate the show when it comes out, because every step you can take to make sure she doesn't get money from you is absolutely a moral imperative, I will say.
Pirate the show in Minecraft.
Yeah. Now, in Minecraft?
Yes.
Can you do that? Is that a thing you do?
That's a joke, Daniel.
Oh.
So that
I don't play Minecraft. I don't know what the fuck that means. So the only thing I know about Minecraft is that people have made one-to-one models of the Starship Enterprise D in it, and I find that very impressive.
I'm pretty sure you can play Doom in Minecraft.
Oh. Well, anyway. So let's get into a quick discussion of this real quick. So I have two things that I'm kind of like thinking about, right? Which is like the good bad. First of all, something can be an obvious cash grab, which this obviously is.
Yes.
But also end up being good, which it might be or it might not be. We won't know. The good is that it looks like they are making a stab at making it more faithful to the books, more so than the movies were, because there was a lot of shit in the movies that just didn't make it out of the book into the story, into the films. Peeves. Peeves' entire character in the books they're not in the movies.
Shit, that's right.
There's tons of stuff like that. There were actually important moments in the book that just didn't make it in. Mm-hmm. The cast looks amazing. John Lithgow as Dumbledore is an inspired fucking choice for Dumbledore. Anton Lesser, the guy that played Major Partagaz in Andor and was Qyburn in Game of Thrones, is playing Ollivander. That's fucking crazy good, right?
Yeah.
Now, we also have to talk about the firestorm that has come out with this, which is that they've cast a black man as Snape.
Yes.
Right? And it's there is
if you read the original text literally, there are numerous references to Snape being extremely pale.
Yeah. Well, it says sallow skin.
Yes.
And I looked this up earlier because I was curious. Sallow, the literal definition is pale yellow or pale brown.
Okay. So, yeah.
So, whatever. Also, Snape doesn't fucking exist in real life.
Also,
it doesn't matter.
If this really bothers you that much, there was a Harry Potter stage show years and years ago, approved by J.K. Rowling, where Hermione was played by a black woman.
Yeah.
And when...
Chris Child, I think you're talking about, right?
I think so,
yeah.
And when J.K. Rowling was asked about this, she said, "I never said Hermione was white. Now did I? Now fuck off."
Yeah, there's nothing in the text either. I don't think I've read those books quite a lot actually. Like they bring up the sallow skin thing once, but I think otherwise, and it doesn't matter. The book could be like he was the whitest motherfucker in the world. Snape is this. They're not making an adaptation where they've cast a black man as fucking Churchill or something, right?
Yeah.
Snape does not exist in real life. The other thing too is that Papa Asidu, the guy that was cast for this role, is an amazing actor. Like he is very, very good.
Don't think I've seen him in anything.
I've seen some stuff that he's in.
Okay.
Now I will say, there isn't a single person in the world that you could cast as Snape that I'm not going to immediately compare to Alan Rickman.
Yes.
And none of them are going to measure up to that. That is just a fact for me. Alan Rickman was one of the best actors humanity has ever produced. The man was fucking brilliant. And no one's going to be that good for me. He is, to me, when I read the books, Alan Rickman is who I see when I read about Snape. But Snape isn't a real person. So it's okay if a black dude is Snape. Okay. Now, the bad things real quick. J.K. Rowling, obviously.
Yes.
The music is by Hans Zimmer.
Ugh.
And as what I just said about Alan Rickman, the same is true about the music from the first 3 films that was composed brilliantly by the venerable John Williams.
When he was slightly less venerable than he is now.
No, he was pretty.
He was still old, but he wasn't as old as he is now.
Like, this mystifies me. I could get in. I know a lot of people like Hans Zimmer. A lot of people don't realize that Hans Zimmer is probably one of the least ethically working film composers in Hollywood. Most of the music that you listen to that's accredited to Hans Zimmer is not written by Hans Zimmer. It's written by people who work for him. I could go on and on about it. I don't want to. Now, I want to challenge. I have a question for you, just real quick though, since we're talking about Pape CD. All right, you are an executive working at HBO.
Okay.
You have decision-making powers, and you're going to be involved in this Harry Potter thing,
Yes.
right? Now you know that already, just because of the culture, like our political culture. How does the left feel about Harry Potter?
They correctly recognize that J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit.
So already you're kind of like off on the wrong foot, right?
Yeah.
As far as managing the IP.
Yeah.
How do people feel about Hollywood reboots of things nowadays?
Generally pretty sketchy.
People, sketchy at best. So who are the only group that you haven't pissed off yet? The right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you cast Papa Asidu as Snape?
Because he's an objectively good actor?
Okay, but still, you're thinking about all of these things, and you've managed to piss off every single camp, right? You've single-handedly found a way to piss everybody off with this.
Okay.
And that is generally the discourse I'm seeing online.
Nobody's happy about it.
People hate J.K. Rowling. They hate Hollywood reboots. They hate, for whatever reason, black people because they're dumb as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, HBO. You've made something that literally everyone is going to hate. And this sucks because, I bet the kids that were cast for this just got the role of their fucking life.
Yeah.
And I bet they're so excited to do it and everything. And I feel really bad for that. And of course, people are going to be I know that Papa Asidu has already gotten death threats over his portrayal of Snape, which, by the way,
because he took a job,
right?
Because he accepted a paycheck.
Yeah, which is really funny because when you go into the comments, like I saw some stories about him getting death threats. You go into the comments and it's the right wing just denying that it ever happened. Like that thing never happens in the first place, or they just post really racist memes. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you really think that there isn't a systemic racism problem in America, I dare you to go to the HBO YouTube channel where they drop the trailer and go into the comments and tell me there isn't systemic racism in the world. It's fucking crazy. Okay, do you want to?
I guess I just have one thought on this, which is, why is it happening? I mean, I know why it's happening. It's happening because of money, but why is this happening?
Yeah,
was there actually that much demand for a Harry Potter reboot?
I think it's probably kind of the same thing with like how Disney is doing live action remakes of Moana and everything. It's one of it's an IP that will make money at the end, so there's less risk, right? That's why they're doing it. Should they do it? No. Honestly, no. And especially this IP that is, any way you look at it, like we were talking about earlier, there's no one that isn't pissed off. Yeah, right. It's just, what a dumb decision this was to make this. Yeah. Anyway, they're making it though. And it is high fantasy, magic, fucking everything, and it's a fandom I really love. So we'll be talking about it. We're gonna talk about the trailer a little bit here,
if we must.
I will admit to being very surprised that this trailer came out, because this show comes out in December. I didn't think it was coming out until a year from December. So they are really going for it. So one thing in the beginning of this this trailer are some more faithful ideas that come from the book, which was at the beginning of Sorcerer's Apprentice, a little bit more look into Harry's life with the Dursleys. And the fact that Harry had a school that he went to, and he was bullied by Dudley in this school, right? There's look at this motherfucker. What an asshole. Look at this guy.
Kids are the worst.
Yeah, kids are the worst. Don't ever have kids, guys. This is Aunt Petunia. Now, this is the other
cutting
thing.
his hair. This is a thing that
Yes.
It's like a throwaway line in the beginning of the book.
Yeah, because he magically grows it back, right? So this is another thing. Fiona Shaw's Aunt Petunia in the films is brilliant. She is so good. But it seems like this is going to be a much different take on Aunt Petunia. Her anger seems different. To me, she's in this scene. She's talking to Harry about how not special he is, and you can tell that they're making this with the knowledge of where this character ends up going. The fact that in the end, we find out that Petunia was just really jealous that she didn't get to go to Hogwarts with her sister, and that is an informed performance decision now this actor knows about, and so it's a different kind of anger. It's there's a little bit more depth to the performance.
Well, they're helped by the fact that the story is finished at this point.
Right. Yeah, that's true. This was actually a little heartbreaking. This scene was a little heartbreaking. I think these kids are going to be great. I think all of the no, they shouldn't have made this story. It was a dumb decision. However, I bet the people involved are going to do a great fucking job.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it with a dozen things by this point, that child actors are just much better.
Yeah, they're just better. Yeah, right. Mr. H. Potter, fucking covered under the stairs. That will hit you in the nostalgia bone every single time. Hagrid, played by Nick Frost. He also voiced SM-33 in Skeleton Crew.
Oh, okay.
So I told you I've been listening to the new full cast audiobooks, and Hagrid in these is voiced by the guy who played King Robert in season 1 of Game of Thrones. And that is the most
in her tits.
Yeah, that guy. He does a good fucking Hagrid, by the way. He's so good.
I can believe it.
Yeah, it's obviously Robbie Coltrane. I think in most people's minds is the quintessential Hagrid, but he died. He's not around anymore. They got to get a new guy. Nick Frost is known first and foremost for being a comedy actor, and he's really good. So I'm excited kind of to see what he does with it as well. A little bit of lightning bolt scar there. This is King's Cross Station,
of course,
and I think he's about to run into platform 9 3/4.
Or he's just trying to figure out where to go.
This this is Molly and her son Ron. Obviously, I don't know why I put 2 in there. The Hogwarts Express. This looks like the main
entrance,
of Hogwarts. This is Minerva McGonagall, who. I didn't look up this actor's name, and I should have, but one of my favorite characters. By the way, we have what was I going to say? So Snape is my favorite character in this show. McGonagall's probably a close second with Dumbledore, just because they're both kind of badasses.
Yeah.
Harry and Ron
and Hermione.
Yes. Anton Lesser is Ollivander. Giving him the wand.
Wand chooses the wizard.
This is, I think, Harry in the History of Magic class.
Some classroom, certainly.
Which is, given another shot, I don't think I put it in here, it's almost certainly their History of Magic class, which they left out entirely in the films, is taught by Hogwarts' only ghost professor, Professor Binns.
Who, despite being a ghost, still manages to have the most boring fucking class. Like, every time they bring this up in the books, it's just
everyone's
falling
asleep.
Yeah.
Draco Malfoy looking like he's about to join the British fucking manosphere. And he looks like he's prepping for his Louis Theroux documentary. This guy, and props to the actor, just looks like such a twat, which is what you would expect Draco to look like. Yeah. This is them. Yeah, this is them lining up to go to Quidditch. Ron and Hermione There are a lot more Quidditch matches in the book in The Sorcerer's Apprentice than ended up making it into the film.
Yeah.
And I think they're probably going to lean into that as well. Quidditch was a big deal in the first book. Some more Quidditch. I love, this is,
Herbology.
yeah, this is Herbology with Professor Sprout.
Mm-hmm.
This is a snowball fight that was from the books and it wasn't in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hagrid, for some reason, doing a big snow angel because he's a big fucking idiot.
Let him live his life.
Yeah. I love these Quidditch robes, by the way. These like British football looking like jerseys. I think that's actually kind of cool.
They look pretty good, but I question the aerodynamics.
Oh, that's probably bad, but they have magic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
This is Papa Sidu is Snape, and I posted.
He's looking good.
I posted some rage bait on Facebook the other day of this picture, and it said, "Fun fact: I don't care if you don't like this. It's Skeletor running away gif."
Yeah.
I said, no, you know what? I'm going to give him a fair shake. If he's bad, he's bad. But if he's good, I don't. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's black really shouldn't really bother anyone. That's dumb. John Lithgow as the Albus Dumbledore. This dude. I don't know if you've seen him in a lot of stuff. Most people will know him from Third Rock from the Sun, but he was also one of the most interesting characters in Dexter, which is a show about a serial killer.
Yeah.
He's very, very good. I don't know how
Not Rupert Grint.
I don't know how they found this kid, but he is the most Ron-looking motherfucker I've ever seen. Like, he really is. And Hermione, which, by the way, it's really funny that there's the same people who are mad about Papa Sidu are also mad about Hermione because she looks kind of dark, but like they don't realize
that is the spitting image of young Emma Watson. What more do you want?
They don't realize that she's half Greek, which is still white. It's like, y'all are so racist you don't even recognize each other anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfuckers. And of course Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
that's it.
Now I'm going to, why don't you answer some of these comments for us?
Harry Potter, yes, unfortunately.
Also right there.
Let's see.
I'm going to take care of a problem real quick.
Let's see. Those are all Invincible comments. John says, anyone that says anything negative is just trying to make themselves feel better because I'm giving this my wholeheartedly. I'm excited for these new cast of characters over the next 10 years to grow to do other projects, but this one is in development and just relatively live life and have an amazing time. I'm pretty sure that's about Harry Potter, and yeah, like 10 years I feel like is optimistic, maybe, given the rate of production of everything. Emma says, I'm feeling that trans lives and rights matter more than a tired franchise that its evil creators only remaking because most of the cast of the first round stands against her and her fascist oppression of trans women. I do not disagree with any of that.
Yeah. That was the person I was telling you about.
I really genuinely wish this was not happening because it doesn't need to. Because A, the story's already been told, and B, J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Looks like, what does that say? Looks like young Daniel. Looks like a young Daniel. Who the fuck are you talking
Possibly
about?
means young Daniel Radcliffe, looking at the Harry Potter actor.
Oh, yeah, probably that and that. Okay. He better not have been talking about Hagrid or something, because I swear to God, I will fire
You're
that
not
fucking
that
kid.
tall.
Yeah. All right, shall we move on to our next thing?
I think we should.
We have had the distinct pleasure. Draco Malfoy looks like a young me.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I mean, I was platinum blonde when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was really little, I had very platinum blonde hair. But yeah. Anyway, we have had the pleasure of seeing the premiere of Invincible Season 4. We got to talk about the
first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. But since we had a ton of shit, we had to put the other ones off. So now today we're going to talk about the others. So
we're just going to go in?
Yeah, we don't really have time to,
to
do anything
so
else.
Episode 2, this is the Omni-Man episode.
Mm-hmm.
When last we left Omni-Man, he and his new buddy, Alan the Alien, had busted out of Viltrumite prison, and Omni-Man told Alan there's only 50 Viltrumites left in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So we open with a flashback to why there are only 50 Viltrumites left in the galaxy.
It's
And
because they're all fucking crazy,
well,
as it turns out.
no, the answer is that they got attacked by a bioweapon,
Mhm.
a plague that wiped out billions of them. Before that, we see a brief, like some glances at what Viltrumite society is like. It's that hyper militarized Sparta.
You know what? You know what else it really reminds me of? Have you seen any of the Richard Donner Superman movies?
The old ones.
Yes.
No.
These Viltrumites look like kryptonite, kryptonite or Kryptonians.
Largely,
sorry,
yeah.
to me, yeah. I thought this was really interesting too. That this looks like Mark.
Yeah.
For a second, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, did they clone Mark?
I mean, Mark is Nolan's son, so it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I also love how the Viltrumite coming of age is just your parents attack
try to kill you.
Yeah, his mom and dad jump him and just beat just the absolute shit out of him.
He fights back a little bit, and his
Yeah.
dad's like, "Yeah, great job, Nolan." His mom's like, "No, fucking kill him. He's too weak."
Yeah, I am also feeling a little bit of friction between his mom and dad. I don't think they like each other very much.
Well, it doesn't really matter because 5 minutes later they both die.
Yeah, right. Right. So, like Mark, or sorry, see,
Yeah,
this is
so
what I'm saying.
Nolan becomes an adult and gets sent to live with the adults. And
Well, he's going to find his first mission, which is they're going out into the world to prepare planets for Viltrumite invasion.
Except, oh no, there's a plague. This blonde guy you see on your screen is going to suddenly keel over and die of bleeding.
I thought this was a really interesting shot. They're just because Viltrumites can't be bothered to do anything with their dead other than just put them in giant piles.
Well, the thing is, they're so tough. I wonder if like you can't burn them or something.
Oh, maybe. Because what they end up doing,
they end up making a ring around their planet.
Which, by the way,
corpses.
That's badass.
It is.
That is so metal.
It also feels like a Chekhov's gun to me. Like if there's some sort of zombie plague that comes through, that would be terrifying.
Oh man, zombie Viltrumites?
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
Not saying that happens or doesn't, because I don't know anything about the series.
And neither do I. I've not read. Yeah, I've not read it. Yeah, I love this bromance between Nolan and what's his name, Seth Rogen's character.
Alan.
Yeah, Alan. These guys are so much fun together, and I like how Alan balances Nolan's like dark, whatever it is he's doing kind of thing. They go back to Alan's house.
Yes.
And we meet Alan's wife.
Girlfriend. I don't think they're married.
Yeah, you might be right. It turns out that no one on this planet trusts Viltrumites for good reason.
With good reason, because the girlfriend's first response to seeing him is grab a gun and shoot him.
Yeah.
Which has no effect on him, but burns his clothes off.
Right. Which, by the way, I guess this doesn't matter too much, but we learn in the first few minutes of this that there was a traitor in the Viltrumite myths early, and it ends up being this guy, the guy that's leading the Viltrumite the resistance.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out how to bring down the Viltrumites, and so they bring Nolan to talk to him, and everything. And
Nolan's like, I found all these weapons throughout the galaxy. Let's go find them.
Yeah, and then kill the Viltrumites, right?
And then Alan's girlfriend is like, hey, I know the perfect ship. It's the very worst Enterprise D you've ever seen.
This cracked me up because this is very obviously a Star Trek thing.
Like, there's Picard. You can see Data on the right side.
But except he's not called Data, but he's called
Download.
Right.
They have a fake Worf. They have a fake Deanna Troi.
Yes, they're all so incompetent. It's fucking hilarious.
Their ship is a piece of shit. Like, there's a running gag where a panel keeps
falling off. Yeah.
There's another running gag where no matter where they go, Alan and his girlfriend are banging.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, that's in our slideshow actually. So their first little MacGuffin mission is they go and find
this gun that this space ranger has. Except it turns out he's not dead.
Yeah, because Nolan buried him under a bunch of rocks, but he didn't actually die. So he's still got this weapon. He comes out. He's gonna kill Nolan. And Nolan's like, well, actually, I'm trying to kill Viltrumites now, so I was going to steal your gun, but since you're still alive, why don't you just help me kill Viltrumites? And he's like, all right.
Well, he's a little resistant until Alan's like, no, seriously, like, he's for real.
No, the thing that he says, and it's the thing that persuades other people too, is that Nolan says, I'm sorry.
That's true, yeah.
And they're like, oh, shit.
Oh.
Like, Viltrumites don't say I'm sorry. Yeah. So the second location they go to, there's a bug.
Yes.
The shell
does things that weakens Viltrumites.
Right. So they go and collect one of those.
Also, throughout all this, like, Nolan's new clothes don't have any shoes, so he just has his toes out the whole time.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's a little weird.
Yeah. This is Nolan trying to block out the copious amounts of fucking that's happening in the next room.
Eventually, there's
And then
a
another
gag
one, yeah.
where, like, he goes to the captain, and the captain is like, "I'm sorry, I thought you guys were a threesome." Like, yeah, there's tons of other guest rooms. Take 'em.
We have so many other rooms you could have slept in, and Nolan's like, I might kill you. If I were the man I was a year ago, I would just kill you. Yeah. So they come to the next planet in their little plan here that's inhabited by like these reptile things that are like super resistant against Viltrumites or whatever.
I think they're just really fucking strong.
Yeah. Right, because their gravity, the planet gravity is super high, and I guess the Viltrumites filtered out the sun.
Yeah, they built a giant shield that just blocks the sun from getting these planets, so now they're all frozen.
Yeah.
So Nolan's plan is, let's just grab some, take them up to the ship, we'll unthaw them and figure out what we're doing with them after that.
Now, because this crew is so inept, they destroy the sun shield, and then they all start thawing out too early, and then Alan and Nolan start getting their asses whooped, right?
Yes.
But they're able to black out the sun again. I think they abandon it completely, right? And they're like, we'll come back for this. Upon returning, Nolan talks to the leader. Yeah, the leader of the
Resistance.
Resistance.
Like, hey, you know that virus that killed billions of Viltrumites? Well, guess who made it? This guy.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, and so we find out that he is the traitor that we learned about at the beginning of the episode. Conquest returns back to Viltrum.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, look,
I'm so sorry.
I know I fucked up.
I'm so sorry.
Can you please just make my death painless?
Yes. And they're like, no.
This Freddie Mercury ass motherfucker is like,
no, this is the most Freddie Mercury looking motherfucker in the world.
And yeah, that's episode 2.
Yeah. Episode 3, we get the auto-tune guy again.
Yeah. It's Mechhead.
I can't remember.
Mechhead?
I don't know. I honestly can't remember. We've been consuming so much nerd media in the last few weeks that I just do not have the space for all these names. 3/4 of my brain is taken up with names from Game of Thrones, and so I can't risk deleting any of that stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
Rock Guy is he's talking with Tackhead. Tackhead's trying to get him to go back into the order.
Yeah, the little
remember those brain squids from Mars? Well,
so they saw Mark murdering that man.
Oh yeah,
and you can tell Cecil's
like, oh my fucking god!
It's like every episode.
I really, really do not want another Omni-Man on my hands.
Every episode, Cecil's hairline just recedes a little bit more. So the fallout from that mission kind of happens because you remember Rex like disobeyed a direct order, and he gets into a fight with Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad.
Not Captain America.
Yeah. He goes in for a shower and discovers that
god, there's another brain squid.
Yeah, he has a sequid in his body somehow, and he spits it out. And then there's this whole conversation between him and Monster Girl about how they're only treating the symptoms. They're not curing the disease.
Yeah.
And something has to be.
God damn it! Maybe they need to pull a Mark and just punch some people's heads off.
Right. And she's like, but that's like bad guy stuff. And he's like, maybe it is.
Some problems need permanent solutions.
Yeah. Of course, Mark's not having a good time.
Yes, he texts Eve like, "Can you please fucking call me? I really need to talk to someone about this."
Right. And which, by the way, Eve has a bunch of her own problems.
Yes, she is currently off trying to figure out why the fuck her powers don't work.
Yeah. Also, I love this little. I hope her boyfriend doesn't end up being like a bad guy somehow. Because it seems like he really makes her happy.
Yeah.
And so basically, they come up with this plan, or he pitches a plan that they're both going to sell their houses and then buy a house together, and the boys will move in, and they'll be happy and everything. And
my only hang up with the boyfriend is that it seems like he's moving things kind of quickly. Although, like, I know a bunch of time passed off screen, but like it went from one day, hey, why don't we get more serious, to the very next day, hey, why don't we buy this house?
Yeah, that's true. The thing that I read from this is that I think that her name's Debbie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's a part of her that's waiting for Nolan to return.
Could very well be.
Yeah, and I think she's having trouble, moving on to a new husband or to a new partner.
She knows he's damn near indestructible, right? So
So he's got to be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this guy who's the head of a criminal, he's pretty much kingpin, right?
Yeah. Except he is rock skin.
Right.
He's out walking in the park with his family.
Yeah, his family gets attacked by this assassin that he's like Magneto, I guess.
Magneto
kind of.
samurai
Yeah.
guy. I don't know.
And
Rock guy just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah. And then I think, right, he was sent by the dragon guy.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, basically, Autotune guy is like, look, if you join the club again, dragon guy can't hurt you anymore. And so, but he doesn't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember why I put this shot of Oliver in here.
Oh,
because Oliver realizes that that like there's some weird shit going on with Mark. Like
yes.
he seems pretty unhinged and a little like something's bothering him a whole bunch. And Debbie's like, "What are you gonna do? He has fucking superpowers.
Yeah.
You gotta trust he's gonna do the right thing." At the Pentagon, they're still working on these guys.
Oh yeah, the Invincibles.
Yeah.
The Invincibots.
And then Mark shows up.
Mark shows up, and what's his name? The assistant. Donald tells him, "Look, you guys just go on lunch,
cover this shit up,
get the fuck out of here, come back in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
Invincible's here. We do not want him seeing any of this."
But it ends up that the guy responsible for those just comes into their meeting anyway.
Yeah, it's like, "Look, I am so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I really wish I hadn't done those terrible things to your friend.
Yeah.
But anyway, bye."
Yeah, and then Mark is like, "Well,
I should punch your head off right now."
And you know
what?
Won't. Given my track record the last couple of days,
the fact that I'm not should be seen as a sign of great restraint on my part.
Right. I can't remember where I put this in either.
Mark's feeling real down about it, and Eve's trying to cheer him up, I think.
Yeah, they both have these really serious problems that they really, really need to see a therapist, by the way. Like, this is not healthy to try to deal with your own problems of this magnitude.
And Oliver's just giving him shit. Like,
he's always there at the wrong time to hear things he shouldn't hear.
He's the stereotypical little brother. Like, oh, you have a relationship. That's so cute.
Right. So it turns out that this whole thing might have been a ruse to get Rock Dude to the table, and I think he finally ends up deciding he's gonna.
Well, Rock Dude is like, "Okay, look, I need to go talk to Dragon Guy.
Oh,
get him off
right,
my case.
right.
So I'm gonna fucking call Invincible Inc. and get
which
some more
he's
muscle in my
which he's a client of apparently.
Yes.
But the problem is that Eve doesn't have reliable powers. Mark is
not in any shape to do this, so he
so
gets Oliver.
So they hire the 15-year-old, right?
Well, I think he just said, "Get me a superhero," and Eve was like, "By a certain definition, from a certain point of view, Oliver is your man."
Right. So I like he's like, "Look, I can lift a desk. You guys will be fine. Everything will be just fine." Rex kind of devotes himself to figuring out what's wrong with Eve, but then there's an invasion. It's these motherfuckers again.
These guys.
Like Martian guys again.
The guys who Omni-Man beat the holy living shit out of.
He just destroyed their entire planet.
Yeah.
And then I guess they rebuilt, and they experience time differently.
Yes,
right?
Their time runs much faster than ours does.
So I love this running gag of someone has to fly Rock Guy to where they're going, and he always said, "This is some bullshit."
This is even more bullshit than when Invincible did
it. They've got these big robots, by the way, that can kind of beat Mark up a little bit. The Martian guys do, or the alien guys do. So Rock Guy finds. So the way this guy's power works is that he's an old man, but he can summon a dragon.
He can turn into a dragon.
Right.
Oh yeah, his like soul turns into a dragon, but his body just.
But he's like vulnerable, so they have to hide him or whatever. So he turns into a dragon, and there's a big fight. And then
it doesn't go very well for Oliver.
Yeah, because Oliver admittedly has never fought a dragon by himself, so like he kind of gets his ass whooped a little bit.
This dragon also kicked Invincible's ass. Yeah. So.
Speaking of Invincible getting his ass kicked,
that's a great freeze for him.
Yeah, he's getting hit up by those robots.
So Rex and Monster Girl are like, "Okay, look, we can't keep dealing with this. Let's just go on the other side and kick their ass over there real quick."
So they get over there. Mark
they
kind of
shut
finds
down the device that allows the time guys to exist in our time.
Which means that when they do that, when they're on our planet or on Earth or whatever,
they age incredibly quickly,
Right.
and all their shit just rusts.
Yeah. Which is probably a good thing because Mark really was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
However, the portal got closed. Rex and
Monster Girl
are
on the far side.
So they have to figure out a way to, this guy gets cut right in fucking half too. Yeah. So basically, this is right around where Mark gets a phone call
saying
his brother's getting his ass whooped.
Hey, Mark, can you come help me with this giant fucking dragon?
Yeah, which he does. He shows up. They beat the shit out of the dragon.
Then there's a misunderstanding where Invincible starts punching Rock Guy before Oliver's like, dude, it's cool. He's the one who hired me.
Yeah. And then he goes home, and they're still trying to figure out how to communicate with one another about the problems they're having. But it turns out that Eve is pregnant, right?
Yes. That was the post credit.
Oh, right, yeah. So Rock Guy joins the council,
and Dragon Guy does too.
Yeah, and this was all his plan from the beginning and everything, and now everything is and then the pregnancy test, yeah. So do you remember this motherfucker, the guy that was investigating the Omni-Man murders? From season 1?
Not Hellboy.
Damien, not Hellboy, Darkblood.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a mouthful. So it turns out he's literally from hell.
I love that this episode is named Herm.
Herm, I know. That is a lot of fun. There is a really nice conversation between Mark and his
Mark
costume
Hamill.
guy. Yeah, Mark Hamill. Who's pretty much like, I'm pretty sure I'm dangerous to everybody. And I've hurt so many people, and I don't know if I can do this anymore. And
Mark Hamill's like, okay, look, the fact that you are having these doubts means that you are not your father.
Omni-Man never once had questioned whether or not what he was doing was right. Yeah. So you're already probably doing all right, kid. So in hell,
Damien and his
what is this character's
buddies,
name called?
Volcanica.
Volcanica, right? So Satan used to be the ruler of hell.
Mm-hmm.
But then for some reason he lost a battle or something, and now this bitch is in charge of hell.
Yep.
And it's a whole thing.
She's trying to bust out the things that are even worse than the demons that are in hell, that the demons are torturing to keep there.
So
it's all very grim and dark.
Right. And so against Damien and his sister and everyone, she is really OP.
Well, at first, the demons
it looks like it might be an equal fight,
and then they all gang up and they beat the shit out of her, and you think, okay, it makes sense. And then Volcanica stops holding back and just fucking eviscerates 4 of them and tells Damien okay, look,
go back to your master.
I could kill you right now, but I want you to get a comically large sack, get all the
body parts
of your compatriots, drag him back to Satan, and tell him I sent you.
Yeah, which he does.
Comically large sack.
So Satan is, by the way, voiced by, guy, I looked into this. He's a really famous voice actor. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
There's a number of really famous
actors. Well, that's kind of Invincible, right? Like the voice guys.
Damien's sister is voiced by Kate Mulgrew, Captain Janeway.
I did not know that.
I didn't know until I looked it up.
That's
but
crazy.
She's listed in the credits.
So basically, Satan's like, well, this plan didn't work very well. Damien's like, well, I have this other plan where
I have this bit of blood from the Guardians
investigation.
That time Omni-Man killed the Guardians.
Yeah.
So let me just, make a summoning circle and summon Omni-Man and everything will be great.
So Satan's like, okay, well, I'm going to belch and heal all your friends and your sister. So he does the ritual.
Pentagram, there's the summoning, and who should come out but Invincible?
It's not Omni-Man, it's Invincible. And Invincible's like, what the fuck am I doing here? What is this? And he's like, it's hell. Welcome to hell. And he's like, this is real?
Wait, number 1, hell is real. Number 2, why am I here?
Yeah. He gets pulled out, by the way. He's doing a mission with another somebody, like an Indiana Jones type.
Because this Pharaoh guy, I believe, was as far back as season 1.
Wants to possess Invincible.
Well, he wants a body.
Yeah,
and he's very picky. He won't take female bodies,
preferably male bodies. But Invincible gets summoned out of there, and he's like, you know what? Fine, I'm just gonna possess you. I'll settle for the woman.
She's like, wait, what?
Yeah. So
So we get the backstory of, there's been 6 ages on Earth, and the Vile were the rulers of stage 4,
Mm.
and then Satan and the demons showed up in stage 5, and they locked the Vile down in hell. Except now they're gonna get out, so we need to go get Satan's crown. So,
and you need to help us because if they get out, they're gonna wipe out the whole world anyway. So will you help us? And he's
Vincenzo's like, I mean, as long as I'm
fine.
already here.
This is another gag where he just carries someone to where they're going. So they go down into the bottomless pit, which ends up being not a bottomless pit. It is just a really deep pit.
I love the bit they do on the way down where they're just talking. Vincent was like, why does your helmet keep disappearing every time you talk? He's like, because it makes it more clear when I speak. He's like, why can't you just design like a helmet that has a microphone or something? I'm describing it poorly.
It is
but
really
the scene
funny.
Is hilarious.
He basically lands on, you know what, it's cool. Shut the fuck up. They find the crown.
Yes.
They bring it back. I know Mark beats up us.
Beat up Cerberus entirely off screen.
Yeah.
Another great gag where he throws Damien back up the pit. You hear the fighting happening. He grabs the crown and catches him, and they fly back.
And then Satan has a glow up.
Oh yeah.
He puts the crown on, and
Satan
now
has a 6-pack.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a picture of that.
I didn't. But it is true.
Mm-hmm.
So Damien's sister isn't going to be able to join the battle.
Yeah, she's
staying behind.
Healing.
She gives her lava axe to him and is like, "Do me proud, brother."
Yep.
And he's like, "Okay." So they go back to what's her name? Volcanica.
Voiced, I believe. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say that because I might be wrong.
They have a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Invincible is still not feeling the whole killing people thing. So he's like, okay, I'm going to take out those rock guys because I'm pretty sure they don't have souls. You all, good luck.
You do Volcanica, yeah. I'll clear the way. And then they get their asses whooped again.
Yeah.
And Invincible is like, you know what?
I'm just gonna give you the fucking brain squid 5000 and punch your head off.
He's like, I've been down here too long. I'm already tired of this. I'm immediately abandoning this moral conundrum I'm having. I'm punching you in the head. And then she comes back.
She gets back up and he punches her in the head
again.
She gets back up. I think he kicks her in the head this time.
Yeah. And then she seeps into the ground and she's like, I'll be back. And he's like, okay, what the fuck ever. So they win the battle. Yeah. Satan is now in charge of hell. The creatures are being tortured again.
And Invincible gets sent home.
Right. Eve tells Mark's best friend. I
forget his name.
Yeah. There's a really heartbreaking moment, by the way, in the previous season where there is a universe where Invincible and he fall in love, and those Invincibles attack Earth. And that one Invincible in one of the scenes was like, I just miss, and he says his name, and I can't remember exactly what his name is. But anyway, she tells him about the pregnancy test, and he's like, girl, you need to tell him about this.
I am the wrong person to talk to about this on multiple levels.
Yeah.
You need to talk to Mark.
And he's got to be like, I'm a little surprised he wasn't like, so how big is he?
Well, I mean, he does make that remark about how, I know you guys were using condoms, but like he's a superhero,
right?
So
yeah,
maybe he's super sperm.
Yeah.
So Invincible trades in his black suit for his OG suit with the yellow, and he's feeling a little better about himself.
So Mark Hamill tries to give him the suit earlier, and he brushes it off, and there's a funny little bit where Mark Hamill's in his shop, and then Invincible super speeds through and grabs it and runs off, and Debbie tells the boys what the plan is here to move in with what's his name, and
Oliver's like, fine, as long as I get to pick the first room.
Yeah. So I think Mark seems a little alarmed that they're moving out of his childhood home where everything he knows is there. But
understandable.
I think he also realizes his mom has to move on, and like this is fine. It's just he's juggling so many things, and this is just one more thing, right? So
Eve comes by and is like, are you okay? And Mark's like, I am so not okay. He's like, okay, I have to give you some really big, momentous, and possibly distressing news, except, oh, wait, is that your father?
Yep. It's Nolan and Alan, and Nolan's like, the war has come.
Yes. Come with me if you want any of us to live.
Yeah. And then there's a post-credit scene where Satan warns Damien Darkblood about how Volcanica's like,
look, she isn't trying to break the vial out for nothing. Like the humans are doing something up there, so fucking figure it out. You're a detective.
All right. So not all of our shows are ordinarily an hour. We are absolutely going to do our
Yeah, because Daredevil is happening again.
yeah. But after this week,
After this week, we should be back down to relatively
yeah.
reasonable workloads, at least until The Boys starts.
Oh yeah, and then I don't know.
And Maul is happening.
Maul is
Oh
happening
my
fairly
fucking
soon.
God.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to do about that.
All right.
So let me check real quick to make sure that there aren't any.
I think there might have been one or two about Invincible.
Ben, my good friend Ben, who plays Battlefront. So far, Mark's been struggling to separate himself from his father's shadow, thinking that him killing people very much puts him in the same category as Nolan. However, now he's back in his old suit. I think we'll see a new Invincible, one that is very much capable of making those hard decisions without giving it a second thought.
I think it's symbolic of him letting go of some of the darkness that he's been carrying around, for lack of a better term.
Chris says, first 3 episodes were awesome. The last episode that had all the new material was some rather uninteresting filler. I've seen that. I've seen a couple of people say that.
It felt like a side quest.
Yeah. I still enjoyed it, though.
Yeah. It was fun, and it had a really killer Slayer needle drop.
Oh, yeah. It was really good, yeah. Ian said, what a cracking start it was. Season 1 walked to Season 2. Season 1 walked so Season 2 could run, and it sure is doing that already.
I think that's about Daredevil.
I think you're right. I was like, hold on.
Perhaps we should just get right into
Daredevil. I told you before the show that I kind of forgot that this show was rated mature.
Yeah.
And the number of fucks they drop and the number of bones that get broken is kind of insane. They are taking
full advantage of their rating.
Yeah.
So previously, the Kingpin is elected mayor of New York. He sends out his anti-vigilante task force, which is a very clear ICE.
Yeah,
sure.
It's ICE. Yeah.
Whatever Nazi brown shirt organization you like.
Fisk is spoilers, by the way, for Daredevil. If you've not seen this, we're spoiling. We don't have a lot of time, so we're kind of breezing through the spoiler warning we ordinarily do. They are pumping out some propaganda to get everyone on Fisk's side with this operation, by the way. So the episode starts with this reel where they're like, actually, Fisk is great. Actually,
New York is better than it's ever been. There's no crime anywhere.
Yeah, make New York great again. Actually, we don't need our constitutional rights. Actually, ICE is okay. Like all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So after that, the episode opens up with Daredevil visiting a ship in the harbor. Now, the whole thing with this is that apparently in this world, New York has a harbor that's like constitutionally immune to federal laws or something.
It's like on the continent, but not legally part of the city or the state or something.
Right. So he can do whatever he wants with it.
Yes, Fisk can move whatever he wants through there.
And so Daredevil knows that he's doing some shady shit, and so he's like,
I'm just gonna sneak onto this boat. And
he visits one of the boats,
see what I can find, and he breaks many bones and beats the shit out of many people.
He discovers that Fisk at least appears to be running guns.
Yes.
At least a little bit.
I think later on he says a bunch of assault rifles and rocket launchers and stuff. The captain and the first mate see Daredevil on there and like, holy shit, we need to fucking sink the boat and get out of here, which is exactly what we were told to do.
Right. So
yeah, this is Daredevil. Like,
by the way,
he grabs a watch and throws it into one of the boxes that he can find it after the ship sinks.
Yeah. By the way, I like his new outfit.
Yeah, the black suit.
Because did he have the black one?
I do not think so.
Yeah, I think it was his red one. Yeah, I really like this look for him, actually. So the boat sinks, and I think he slips a watch into one of the gun cases so that he can like find it later, maybe. He goes back to his former law associate, Miss Page.
Except now they're fucking.
Yeah, which, by the way, because he had that other girlfriend from season 1.
Yeah.
Who's like working for Fisk now.
Yeah, she turned out to be not so great.
Right. So, yeah, he's hanging out with her. They're trying to figure out a way to bring Fisk to justice and everything. And so they're like, okay, we found the guns. All we have to do is get the word out and everything will be fine.
Yes.
This is the look of a man whose guns all sink into the water, and he's very upset about it.
And he asks his buddy, okay, other than you and me, who knew about all the guns that are on that ship? And his right-hand man is like, well, the captain and the first mate, that was it. He's like, okay, fucking deal with it.
Yeah, find them and make them no more. Matthew Lillard has made his entrance into this universe, and I love him so much, by the way.
This character is fun.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
He's a huge asshole, but he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love the actor. He played Stu in the original Scream, and was probably the funniest part of that movie. Was a lot of fun. He played he was in Scooby-Doo. He was Shaggy.
Okay.
So he is a lot of fun. I like him a lot.
So basically, he's in a bar in Washington. And he gets a call.
Yeah,
I'll just fucking go up to New York.
Yeah, he gets summoned.
Then drops his phone into his beverage and
does a little mixy. Yeah. So it turns out that it's ending up being harder to nail Fisk with this than Paige and Matt thought.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like,
fucking go out and work our sources.
Right.
Let's get some information.
There's a meeting in Fisk's office with the Attorney General
and the Lieutenant Governor of New York, who are like, look, you're like,
you can't just violate people's due process.
You can't just declare martial law. You're not the military.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, he's like, but actually I can.
And then fucking Matthew Lillard strolls in.
Yeah, with like fucking street food. Okay.
Yeah. He hit up a halal card or something.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, actually he can.
Yeah.
And your phone is going to ring in about 3 seconds.
Right.
It's Julie Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Except we couldn't pay to get her on here. You're going to want to answer that. Attorney General answers like, yeah. Okay. Actually, Mayor Fisk, you can violate due process and do whatever the fuck you want.
In fact, yeah, you are. We're gonna go now. So have fun with your little your little kingdom over here.
We are going to go so as to not be here anymore.
So Paige is trying to find the captain of this boat, right?
And she has a source who drops a file folder off in this convenience store, and she grabs it.
This is a lot of fun.
Ah, yes, Jack Duquesne.
Yeah, who's played by Tony Dalton, who famously played Lalo Salamanca in Better Call Saul, probably the best part of that show, and there are a lot of really good parts of that show. He made his debut as a swordsman in Hawkeye.
Yes.
And so he is being detained illegally. This is, I guess, Matt's ex-girlfriend, who is now kind of a psychiatrist who is on the payroll of Mayor Fisk.
Yeah, basically she's there to portray all the vigilantes the task force captures as the most insane people you could ever imagine.
Which, by the way, there's something really sinister about this psychiatrist who is abusing their position to gaslight someone like this. I think is particularly disgusting.
I don't know that she's gaslighting so much, just in part because the swordsman refuses to be gaslit. He's like, I know my rights. I also know that you're a fucking quack. Yeah. So, like, are you going to give me my phone call now? And she's like, actually, you don't have any rights because this is not an official prison. So, answer my fucking questions.
Yeah. So back at the law offices of Matt Murdock and her, I can't remember her name. Yeah.
We're bad with character names.
Yes, I'm so sorry. There's just too many shows out right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out how to stay on top of all their clients who are just getting detained by Marvel ICE. Yeah. And they're having a hard time with it, and
they get visited by the DA.
Yeah, who's like, you guys need to quit.
Yeah,
you guys need to knock this shit off.
Why don't you come back into work for me? I will pay whatever you want, essentially. And she's like, here's another idea. Fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. He's like, well, okay then.
That's your answer. Yeah. Then okay, enjoy losing.
Cherry meets with Matt Murdock, because I guess Matt is supposed to be missing.
Yes, and Matt is like, look, I need to find these two guys with these incredibly Greek names. Can you help me? And Cherry's like, can you spell those for me?
Yeah, and he's like, I think so. Hold on, he gets a piece of paper out.
Gets his braille out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it wouldn't be a piece of paper, would it?
I mean, it would, just with
So there is this restaurant that is acting as kind of like an underground railroad a little bit for people who are being abused by the system that gets raided by ICE.
Yes.
And they catch one of the guys that were on the boat.
The captain, I believe.
There is some counter propaganda coming out against Fisk, and it's a lot of fun. And you know that Fisk, just like Donald Trump, would see something like this and just break the glass of milk he's holding, you know?
Yes, while publicly saying, I don't watch it, I don't even
Yeah,
know
I've
they
never seen
exist.
it.
That's fake.
Who is
news.
Stephen Colbert? I don't even know who
Yes.
that is. Right. I love this shot.
Dastardly
do-gooder. So, okay,
Oh,
this
fuck
is...
this guy.
Okay, this... What a great actor, by the way.
Yes.
This is James Gandolfini's son, who is... he played... So James Gandolfini was famously the Tony Soprano in The Sopranos. When they did this movie in the Sopranos universe a few years ago, he played his father's younger character. It looks and sounds just like him. And he's in this weird position where now he's like the deputy governor.
Mayor.
Mayor, right. And he's got all this privilege and stuff, and he's got this girl that's way out of his league. And I think she likes him, by the way.
Ben Urich's
daughter or niece?
Niece.
Yeah.
Yes. She's also an investigative journalist.
Right. But there's a weird relationship between them because I think that they like each other, and like this is a girl that's way out of his league.
I think he likes her, and I think that she, if she liked him, has gotten over it by now because she sees what he is.
Yeah, and by the way, she's playing the part, isn't she?
Yeah, she's putting him for information.
Yeah, but she's also putting out Fisk's propaganda, though, right? So yeah, there's a whole thing going there. So
Matt Murdock,
Matt shows up.
The proprietress of the Greek restaurant is like, "Look, I'm looking for these guys.
Yeah.
I know Ice was here.
I'm not Ice.
Yes. So, like, can you tell me anything?" She's like, "I haven't seen the other guy."
Yeah. By the way,
the one guy got taken away. The other guy I haven't seen.
By the way, we're probably on the same site here.
Yeah.
So if you can't trust a blind man, who can you trust?
Who indeed?
And she's like, "That's an ironclad argument. I can't possibly argue with that." They have a little chat.
They drink a little.
So the guy that he's looking for has been captured.
Yes, the captain is being interrogated by ICE, and it's going as well as you think it does.
And then
the British guy walks in and is like, "Can you ask a guy questions without punching him in the face?"
Yeah.
Head trauma tends to negatively affect someone's ability to answer questions accurately. Also, I'm very, very sorry, Mr. Boat Captain, but I can't have you walking around knowing what you know, so he pops the cap out.
Yeah, he sends him to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. I love this little dinner that Matthew Lillard has with Vanessa and Fisk.
It's not even dinner. They're just drinking.
They're just doing drinks. And basically, I think, because isn't he like, "Look, I'm here because you guys need some help."
Yes.
So drop the whole tough guy and the evil woman thing. I need to
what the fuck are you gonna do about all those guns in the bottom of New York Harbor? And Fisk's like, "Well, I'll get my ICE guys to haul it out."
We'll get him out.
He's like, "That is a terrible fucking idea."
Yeah, because you have to kill everyone who is involved in this.
No one can know that you were involved with this. So instead of your ICE guys, how about I just round up some random schmucks who we will get to load everything up, and then we'll just make them quietly disappear.
Yeah. And he's like, "You know what?
Good idea.
Yeah.
I see why we keep you around, Mr. Charles."
So Paige has a conversation with BB, and this is where we get a confirmation that she is the Snape to Fisk's
she's
Voldemort.
Working Mini Gandolfini.
Yeah. So, this is Matt's ex-girlfriend, the therapist.
Yep. And the DA is like, "Okay, look."
She's got a problem, by the way. She keeps seeing
the artist guy.
Yeah. So she's obviously suffering herself from some pretty intense psychological stuff, and it looks like she's picked up a little bit of alcoholism as well.
Possibly.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But the DA is like, "Okay, look, I read your interactions with Swordsman. It's great. However, can you cook the books a little bit to make him look like a psychopath or a sociopath or something? Like, you need to make him look more crazy."
Yeah. She's like, "Well, I have an eraser on this pencil for a reason."
Absolutely. Whatever you need, man.
I like this little mini sparring match.
Paige and Matt are doing hand-to-hand drills. And Paige is like, "You're going kind of fast."
Yeah.
He's like, "Sorry, my asshole psychotic sensei was very, very rough on me."
A little surprised Paige didn't end up pregnant after this, but so
the first mate shows up.
Yeah.
Is like, "Look, I really need to get out of New York. Can you help me?" And she's like, "Absolutely."
Hell yeah. I know a blind guy. Everything's fine. So Cherry has ICE show up to his
And
house.
he's just chilling at home trying to go through his case
Yep.
files when ICE shows up, and he's like, if you ain't got a warrant, get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
And they promptly kick
Yeah,
his
they're
butt.
like, we don't need warrants from where we're from. They put him down in the chair. They hit him a few times. Before they come in, he's able to send a text.
Yes, because he and Daredevil have a code. I don't know if it's for meetups or if
I think it's for danger.
Or yeah, where he just like either sends a Y or an N.
It's like a reservation, like a restaurant reservation. Yeah. It's a Y or N to confirm or not. He hits the N right before they get in there, and Daredevil shows up fast. Yes. Like he's there so fast.
He had to have been like the next block over at the furthest.
So he beats the shit out of these guys, but then he realizes
Cherry's having a heart attack.
And
oh god.
Yeah, it gives the ICE agents the upper hand, and they are able to knock him over and unmask him.
Holy shit, that's Matt Murdock.
Right. And we're like, oh no, like Fisk is gonna know, like, or well, I think Fisk already knows, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, but like everyone's gonna know, right?
Now they have corroboration, and like one of them actually pulls out a gun and is about to shoot him.
Yeah, but they all die.
They all
suddenly die, and I really thought
reunion tour.
I really thought that this was the Punisher, by the way. Until this knife comes in.
It's a little bit too precise for Frank.
That's true, and also he would have been there in person to do it, I think. But yeah, this
knife comes in, bounces off like 3 walls, lands on the floor, and you can see it's "You're welcome" has that little bullseye.
Yeah, which I saw a lot of people point out on social media that obviously Matt can't read that.
Yeah. Does Bullseye know that Daredevil is blind?
Yeah, he knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I imagine the defense I saw was that he carved it in really deep to the knife so he can read it with his fingers.
I love how extra the whole thing was.
Yeah.
Like he fires 3 shots to kill 4 guys, first of all.
Yeah, it's
and then
pretty
this knife
crazy.
Comes in, bounces.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, all right, next week we'll be talking about Invincible, episode 5, and then Daredevil episode 2. And then we're going to be doing Darth Maul when it comes out
some
too.
Other stuff.
Yeah. So make sure you give us a like on and follow or subscribe on TikTok and Facebook, YouTube. We're on Discord. You can come and hang out and chat there. We do weekly, sometimes nightly Star Wars Battlefront 2 streams and other Star Wars games. I will be streaming at some point Crimson Desert as well, just because I'm really curious about it, and I'm kind of itching to play that. So join us for the next show, which will be a week from today, same time, same place. And thank you to our producer Matt and his little gremlin Graham. So take it easy and have a good night.
Bye bye.
Or keep white.
Oh god.
Oh no, what did I?
Oh no.
I don't know where the button is.
Oh no.